Now, it's a wartime tragedy that's still heart-rending 80 years on. In September 1940, a ship carrying child evacuees from England to Canada was torpedoed in the Atlantic. The city of Benares sank in just half an hour. Dozens of children died, and in all, more than 200 crew and passengers lost their lives. One of the few remaining survivors, though, lives in West Sussex, and she's been telling her story to Bryony Leyland.
Sonia Williams was 11 when she set sail with her older sister, her brother and mother for Canada in September 1940. The former liner, the city of Benares, carrying around 100 children away from the bombs of the Blitz.
We were so excited, and we'd never seen food like it. It was, because we were rationed at that stage, and all we saw this wonderful food, and I remember ice creams. We could have as many as we liked.
As German attacks on cities like Portsmouth had intensified, the government had begun to relocate thousands of children to havens in the Commonwealth. But for those on board Benares, safe shores were never reached. As the children slept, the ship was torpedoed in the mid-Atlantic by a German U-boat.
Barbara, my sister, came over and said, "Sonia, get up and hurry up. We've got to go take our life jackets." We followed the others onto the deck, and by this time, it was sinking, and it was going down. The stern was going down first. We climbed down the rope ladder and landed on the raft, and then suddenly it was all quiet, and then we could hear the children crying and help, help, and it was a horrible feeling.
As the night wore on, Sonia's mother became weaker.
My mother said to me, "Look, let's take our life jackets off and go to sleep in the water." And that's when I said, "No, definitely not. We've got to, I'm sure somebody's coming."
The nearest warship, HMS Hurricane, was 300 miles away, captained by Lieutenant Commander Hugh Sims, whose son lives on the Isle of Wight.
They steamed all night into the teeth of a foresight gale.
His father wrote about what he witnessed.
All boats except one were upside down or waterlogged. In all those boats were the dead bodies of little children and women. In one boat there were 4 living and 21 dead. It affected him dramatically for the rest of his life.
All of Sonia's family survived. She was pulled to safety by one of the crew of HMS Hurricane.
He said, "Well, can you walk to this rail?" I said, "Well, yes, I think so." And of course I collapsed.
The survivors knew they were the lucky few. It's hard to find precise numbers, but it's thought at least 77 children died out of no more than 100 on board. In all, more than 200 passengers and crew perished. Sonia finds it troubling to revisit her memories, but hopes that in retelling the story, the innocent lives lost will be remembered.
It makes me not sleep at night, so I try and think of other things. Because I think people ought to know that the war was a terrible thing, and we've got to keep away from wars. Whatever we do, we must not have another war.
City of Benares survivor Sonia Williams. Such a harrowing event, but I'm sure you're a real privilege to hear from Sonia.
Absolutely.